I was given life 200 years ago. I am like none other.
You have strength and speed and stamina, far beyond that of any human. You could use those gifts.
In I, Frankenstein, the famous humanoid creature finds himself caught in an all-out, centuries-old war between two immortal clans.
In this movie, we have the Gargoyle Order that, represents good, and then you have the demons that just want to take over and have basically this dystopic, world that is dysfunctional and chaotic and confusing. And who's going to win this battle?
It's in a war that you are already a part of.
I go my own way.
You cannot save the human race. Nothing can stop their demise.
I, Frankenstein is an epic modern-day action thriller. It takes the idea that the Frankenstein monster is still alive in our day and age, and he's still wandering the earth looking for a purpose, looking for something, anything. And he gets caught up in this ancient war between gargoyles and demons. And of course, all Frankenstein's monster wants is love.
Nibirius has found a way to summon every demon you've ever descended.
What?
Possession. In bodies that have no souls.
Only the dead have no souls. What is the use of possessing a corpse?
There is none. Unless you can animate that corpse. Nibirius has been planning this for centuries. Victor Frankenstein just made it possible.
Aaron Eckhart stars as Adam and had to do extensive training in the Filipino martial art of Cali stick fighting.
To become, quote unquote expert at Cali stick fighting for 6 months, every day, I really trained hard for it, to make it look real, to make it look effective.
It is pretty heavy, action heavy, and there's a lot of fights in the film. We had a lot of fun preparing an incredibly gifted stunt team, who incredibly generous with their time and effort in training us, preparing us. And
Aaron trained for 6 months with the stick fighting technique that they chose to do in the movie, and when I've seen pieces of the film now, and I was quite blown away.
Aaron's performance in the film is something quite amazing. From day one, he was absolutely committed to the role, and for a character as iconic as Frankenstein, I needed an actor who was willing to just go all the way and just trust me that I was not going to make him a fool.
It was great to have an actor with the ability of Aaron to embrace this role. That always elevates the genre.
If Frankenstein was real, if he really did animate a human, would it help you to study it?
Well, yes, absolutely. But Mr. Wessex, it would have to be over 200 years old by now. There would be nothing left but a few brittle bones.
It's the first.
Bill Nighy stars as Wessex and enjoyed getting to grips with the complex mythology of Frankenstein's monster.
I like when it gets kind of technical in terms of genre. And I like all the language, and I like all the ideas. And I like speaking the stuff about the history of Frankenstein's creature.
Frankenstein. The rumors are true.
Writer-director Stuart Beattie took Mary Shelley's classic character and brought him into today's world, where he finds people even more hostile than ever.
He's even more alone than ever now, because the people are less trusting in the world. People are more insular and just stick with their friends. So it's actually a bleaker world for him in a modern day and age.
Stuart is absolutely exemplary. He's been he wrote the script, which already endears me to him, because it's such a successful job, and he really knows his stuff, and he really knows the genre.
Well, total command, just the happiest guy ever. The crew loved him, his actors loved him.
When I met you, I looked into your eyes and saw darkness.
I'm a monster.
You're only a monster if you behave like one. Stuart did an amazing job. I feel like Stuart knew the script inside out, back to front, you know, word for word, and just knew every single detail exactly how he wanted it done.
There's a lot of elements in this film. It's a very rich film. It has a very rich story. It's a very human story, but it also has a lot of action.
It's a kind of war film, romantic film. It's kind of got all the universal themes contained within it.
Frankenstein must be destroyed. He did such a beautiful job with the writing. You know, it's an action thriller, but it has a lot of heart to it.
What's more typical than, you know, good and evil? I mean, that's what life's all about. You know, we're fighting the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, and all this sort of stuff, the light side and the dark side within ourselves and in society.
This is a big, epic, fun, action roller coaster of a movie. It's a Frankenstein like you've never seen before.
Come with me. There's an entire army of monsters like me. Tens of thousands of them. Could mean the end of all mankind. This ends tonight.
Big, fun, epic roller coaster of a movie.
You know, I think you'll be rewarded. I think you'll feel that you got your money's worth.
Surely damn you.
He already did.
From The Social Network to a little kryptonite, Jesse Eisenberg has been cast as Lex Luthor in the upcoming Batman-Superman installment starring Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot. Also newly cast, Jeremy Irons. He will play Bruce Wayne's butler Alfred after Michael Gough and Michael Caine in the picture that is scheduled for wide release on May 6, 2016. Also in the upcoming blockbuster, Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, Lawrence Fishburne, and Diane Lane. Mark Ruffalo and Zoe Saldana star in the upcoming small-budget film directed by Maya Forbes titled Infinitely Polar Bear. The film premiered at the Sundance Film Festival and was snatched up by Sony Pictures Classics. Sony will distribute the picture in North America, Germany, the UK, Scandinavia, Eastern Europe, and Russia. Who says the Super Bowl is only for sports lovers? Filmgoers enjoyed a treat during the famous commercial spots when two huge blockbusters took center field. Check out the upcoming Transformers: The Age of Extinction. And the amazing Spider-Man 2.
You wanted to be the hero. Now you gotta pay the price.
Nothing is what I thought it was.
This is bigger than you, Peter.
This week on our Hollywood box office countdown, a whole bunch of awkward moments and a few nuts. Here we go. At number 5 on our Hollywood box office countdown this week, Lone Survivor with $7.1 million.
Die for your country. I'm gonna live for mine.
In our number 4 spot this week, The Nut Job with $7.4 million.
It is not nice to...
In our number 3 spot this week, Frozen with $8.7 million.
Does it look bad?
No, you hesitated.
In our number 2 spot this week, That Awkward Moment with $9.0 million.
Dude!
And in our number 1 spot again for the 3rd time on our countdown, Ride Along with $12.3 million. Hollywood birthdays this week have our celebrities turning anywhere from 20 to 57. Glee real-life rocker Adam Lambert turned 32. Batman's Christian Bale turned 40. Justin Timberlake brought sexy back as he turned 33. Kerry Washington was scandalous as she turned 37. One Direction singer Harry Styles turned 20. Pitch Perfect star Rebel Wilson turned 27. Birdcage comedian Nathan Lane turned 57. And 2.5 Men star Ashton Kutcher turned 35. Be sure to tune in next week for more glitz, glamour, and news from the...
Thank you.